all-time favorite NASA space fails. Oh, yep. I'm just gonna disappear real quick. Let me just go ahead and disappear. That'd be great. Me, I'm just gonna lose gravity and fall on my ass. Oh no, I'm gonna fall. This guy. One more time for good measure. Oh, yep, that's just my hand. Don't bother. Just my hand in front of a green screen. Sorry about that. We're not in space. We're in a pool. That's why there's bubbles floating everywhere. Yeah, could somebody in the graphics department give us a new microphone? I'll just pass this to you. You can have a new mic. There we go. Yeah, that is amazing. She just rises up, but inside that little reflection, it doesn't change. The reflection in the water ball doesn't change as she rises up. Really fake. Who wants an orange? Let me just conjure up an orange real quick. There you go. I summon oranges. I'm an orange summoner. Ever need an orange? Why go to the grocery store? Just summon one.
To destinations beyond Earth orbit. Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. We only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. We only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go.
Tell me what it's like to be in space.
What's it like to be in space? Well, it's a lot like being in the pool here.
Irish television. The unmanned spaceflight website has coordinates for the landing that go down to something like 5 decimal points. I just wanted to confirm with you that you do have them. Have those sort of coordinates, and am I reading those coordinates correctly when I see that it looks as though you landed within 500 meters of the skirt around the mountain? That, I mean, you're really very close to the mountain at the closer end in the landing ellipse, and possibly within striking distance of the phyllosilicate trench.
I can't confirm that. My estimate, I'm looking for somebody, yes. There's somebody in the audience here who has that in the tip of their noggin. We should have soon that estimate. I can't confirm that.
And one more time for good measure. I think it's on the tip of my, somebody out there might know kind of what word I'm thinking. It's on the top of someone else's head.
Last thing anybody wants now is an emergency. But like everything else, they're ready for that too.
Once the crew are on board, if it looks as if they're in danger, they get out and head down this tube, specially insulated against fire, and zigzagging down not to some point out and away from the rocket, but to an escape room exactly where you'd think it shouldn't be.
Three and a half minutes after they get the warning in the capsule, the crew could be down here in the blast escape room via that 200-foot escape tube, 40 feet below the base of the rocket. They find themselves in a totally rubber room, walls and floors, and they head for safety through a 6-inch steel door. Once they're behind that door, it doesn't matter what comes down this tube behind them.
An inflatable plastic balloon satellite, 100 feet in diameter, tall as a 10-story building, will be sent aloft folded accordion fashion inside a 26.5-inch magnesium container. The latter is mounted in the nose of a 3-stage 92-foot Thor Delta rocket. Highlighting one of the nation's proudest days in space, the satellite, called Echo 1, will serve as a reflector for radio waves that bounce back to Earth, paving the way for a new kind of worldwide communications. The rocket at Cape Canaveral carries the balloon and 30 pounds of powder, which will turn to gas and inflate it at a height above 1,000 miles. And inflated at a height above 1,000 miles. And inflated at a height above 1,000 miles. A pre-dawn blastoff at Cape Canaveral fires a Thor rocket with a sensational payload, a balloon as big as a 13-story building. This canister released from the rocket carries within it an Echo balloon satellite, like the one that will reflect signals from space back to Earth when put into orbit next fall. Remarkable cameras carried aloft by the Thor record the brief life of the largest satellite yet, as it goes 922 miles into space. The experiment is a complete success.
Hey, yeah, we just brought this monkey suit up here into space. I'm just gonna fly around like a gorilla up in space. Thank you guys for the tax dollars. Oh, me, I've just got a fake tuxedo. They sent it to me from Earth. Me, I've just got 1,000,000 cameras. I roll around with 1,000,000 cameras so I can take pictures of this gorilla. Yeah, and I've got a guitar. I just jam out on my guitar. Some chessboards. Fake little globe in the background. These are just some toys we brought up with us. Oh, Easter eggs. Can't forget Easter eggs. Yeah, just a little bit of Angry Bird stuff. Oh, and some eggs. And don't ask me how these eggs got up here on the International Space Station. They're just here. Yeah, we won't. Yeah. Oh, and just a green screen for any of those of you wondering. We've got some green screens up here.
Prime media to present photographs of astronauts cavorting on the moon. So to summarize, what American citizens are confronted with is this enormous propaganda machine. For example, the U.S. Air Force has the largest movie studios and more equipment in San Bernardino than any studio in Hollywood.
I wonder if one day that you say that you care. If you say you love me madly, I'd gladly be there like a puppet on a string. Love is just like a merry-go-round with all the fun of the fair. One day I'm feeling down on the ground, then I'm up in the air. Are you leading me on to puppet on a string. I may win on the roundabout, then I'll lose on the swings. In or out, there is never a doubt just who's pulling the strings. I'm all tied up in you, but where's it leading me to? I wonder if one day that you say that you care. If you say you love me madly, I'd gladly be there like a puppet on a string.
And again, run slowly. And once more. There are other examples too. This one is from Apollo 17 during the flag scene. You can see the ping at the top of the frame. In this footage from Apollo 16, we have telltale evidence of a slightly floating or dangling effect at the jump salute location. It's as if the weight is being taken off the astronaut's feet just a second or so too soon. Compare that sequence with an obvious rehearsal rig. The dangling effect is very evident. And here again, from the same mission, Apollo 16, we have an astronaut who is about to get up.
Okay, here we go.
Let me give you a hand, he says.
There goes bag. There goes another bag. Bag. Coming.
Look at it again. The astronaut is getting up with the wire taking the
window that has a view of the Earth, and it's filled up with a TV camera.
If the window was completely filled up with a TV camera, as he stated, then an astronaut's arm would not be able to get between the camera and the window, as it obviously does here in this outtake.
South America becomes invisible just off beyond the Terminator or inside the shadow.
You can also notice how the astronaut operating the camera reacted to the mistake by attempting to pan away from it.
Yeah. See white bands of major cloud formation across the Earth.
This is a segment that they believed wasn't even being recorded.
You're over, but I get a pretty good shot. How's that? Let me get the focus right.
One more time.
Okay, you're partially covering her over, but I get a pretty good shot. How's that? Let me get the focus right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pluto. Oh, there's Pluto! They made Pluto inside of Pluto. Those clever rascals. Then again, Walt Disney was a founder of NASA.
I doubt that, highly.
Math and science were kind of my favorite subject. I didn't really like English in reading too much, but I've since grown out of that and I enjoy reading now. And I played a lot of sports. And all of that happened in a little town called York, Maine, across the United States from where we're talking to you right now. And
Wait,
all of that
what?
happened in a little town called York, Maine, across the United States from where we're talking to you right now.
That's what I thought you said.
And all of that happened in a little town called York, Maine, across the United States from where we're talking to you right now.
It's the concept of free fall. So let's use this model of the Earth. And let's enlist the help of a friend, Patsy. You might know her.
Oh, damn. I didn't realize teleportation was real. They just teleport stuffed animals from Earth to space. Just gonna do a little teleportation dance here. Oh, yep, there it is. Stuffed animals teleported directly from Earth up into space.
So you spin, when you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out. It gets wider in the middle. And so Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning, and it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere, it's oblate, and officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped. 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 Pear-shaped.
Oh yeah, let's just show George Bush around. He's old. Almost dead. He needs to see NASA. Hey, don't forget, there's somebody performing on the green screen in the background. Oh, wait, what? Oh, that is an epic fail. NASA toys, folks.
Whilst
From
in
Mark
space,
Cameron. This is from Mark Cameron.
Whilst in space, have you ever looked away from Earth into the black void?
Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah,
all
because
the
you can
time.
see.
Yeah,
because you can see the stars.
Oh yeah.
You know, and pretty much all the time you can see the stars.
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface or on the daylight side of the moon. The sky is a deep black when viewed from the moon, as it is when viewed from cislunar space, the space between the Earth and the moon.
And we could not see stars.
It's not a black void. I mean, it's black, but there's all kinds of little polka dots.
There's all the stars there, and the cool thing is about it, you can see it during the day.
And when you're in space and you're looking into deep space and you're on the sun side of the orbit, the sunlight washes out all the starlight, so you can't see any stars, just like here on Earth.
There's all the stars there, and the cool thing is about it, you can see it during the day.
You can, and there's more than stars. You can see planets. You can see moons.
You see the gas Magellan clouds of the
you
Milky Way
see
galaxy.
the Magellanic.
The sunlight washes out all the starlight, so you can't see any stars, just like here on Earth.
Pretty much all the time you can see the stars.
Then when you look out into deep space away from the sun, it's the darkest black you can imagine.